Good morning, students. Today we are going to see 2 marks and 3 mark questions of Principles of Ecology plus 2 Biobotany. In plus 2 Biobotany, 6th lesson, Principles of Ecology. In that lesson, we are going to see 28th questions of the chapter now. In last class, we have seen question number 1 to 27. Students, that 1 to 27 questions are in previous video, part 1 of this Principles of Ecology. Now the 28th question of this class is classify the different types of vegetation on different types of soil. Answer is given in page number 116 under the heading type of soil. In the right side of the page, at the bottom of right side bottom of the page, it is given. From the question itself, you have to write the different types of vegetation on different types of soil are halophytes. These are plants living in saline soil. Psammophytes are plants living in sandy soil. Lithophytes are plants living in rocky soil. Chasmophytes are plants living in rocky crevices. Cryptophytes are plants living below the soil surface. Cryophytes are plants living on the surface of the ice. Oxalophytes are plants living in acidic soil, and calciphytes are plants living in calcium-rich alkaline soil. Students, all the 8 types of vegetation is also important for 1 mark. So, you have to study this question. The next is 28th question. Differentiate pollard, crotchard and escard. Pollard, total water content. That the answer for this question is in page number 117. Pollard means total soil water content. Total soil water content is called pollard. Crotchard means water available to plants are called crotchard, and ecart means water not available to plants are called ecart. Then 30th question, define topography. Page number 117. Topography means under the heading 6.2.3 topographic factors. Under the heading topographic factors, topography means the surface feature of earth are called topography. The surface features of earth are called topography. Topographic influence on climate of any area is determined by the interaction of solar radiation, temperature, humidity, rainfall, latitude and altitude. Then 31st question, differentiate latitude and altitude. Answer is page number 117. Latitude, first of all, latitude. Latitude represents distance from the equator. Latitude represents distance from the equator is called latitude. Temperature values are maximum at the equator and decrease gradually towards poles. This is also important for 1 mark. Temperature values are maximum at the equator and decrease towards the poles. Then altitude. The points for altitude is below that paragraph. It is given. Height above the sea level forms the altitude. Height above the sea level forms the altitude. At high altitude, the velocity of wind remains high, temperature and air pressure decreases while humidity and intensity of light increases. Close the bracket. This is differentiate latitude and altitude. Then 32nd question, what is ecotone? It is given in page number 117. Top of the page, one green color box is given. In that it is given ecotone. The transition zone between two ecosystems. The transition zone between two ecosystems is called ecotone. Example, border between forest and grassland. Border between forest and grassland is called ecotone. The next 33rd question. Define edge effect with example. Page number 117. Answer is given in page number 117. Edge effect. Species found in ecotone areas are unique due to the effect of two habitats. This is called edge effect. Example, owl in the ecotone area between forest and grassland. The next question, how direction of mountain, steepness of mountain play a role in vegetation? Answer is in page number 117. How direction of mountain and steepness of mountain play a role in vegetation. In page number 117, last of the page, one heading is given direction of mountain. North and south face of mountain or hill possess different types of flora and fauna because they differ in their humidity, rainfall, light intensity, light duration and temperature regions. Then come to the third line. Windward region possess good vegetation due to heavy rain, and leeward direction region possess poor vegetation due to rain shadow. The next is steepness of mountain. Below that paragraph it is given steepness of mountain. Steepness of mountain or hill allows the rain to run off. As a result, the loss of water causes water deficit and quick erosion of the topsoil, resulting in poor vegetation. On the other hand, plain and valley are rich in vegetation due to the slow drain of surface water and better retention of water in the soil. The next question, 35th question. Students, 35th question is, what is interaction? What are the two types of interaction? Answer is given in page number 118, interaction. It is given in the fourth line. Under the heading 6.2.4 biotic factor, come to the first paragraph, fourth line of the first paragraph. The plants mostly which live together in a community and influence one another is called interference. The plants mostly lives together in a community and influence one another is called interference, biotic interference. In interaction, not interference, interaction. What are the two types of interaction? The two types of interaction are positive interaction and negative interaction. In the same paragraph, at the last line, come to the last line, positive interaction and negative interaction. The next question is, what is positive interaction? What are the two types of positive interaction? Page number 118, below the heading positive interaction. When one or both the participating species are benefited, it is positive interaction. When one or both the participating species are benefited, it is called positive interaction. And the examples are the two types of positive interactions are mutualism and commensalism. Mutualism and commensalism are the two types of positive interaction. The next question is, what is mutualism? Give example. Answer is given in page number 118. Mutualism is an interaction between two species of organism in which both are benefited from the obligate association. Example for mutualism are nitrogen fixation, that is rhizobium forms root nodules in roots of leguminous plant. And the other examples are water fern and nitrogen fixing cyanobacterium, azolla and anabina. The next is anabina and zygus. The next example is cyanobacterium and anthoceras. Wasp present in fruits of fig. Lichen is a mutual association of fungus and algae. Mycorrhiza is an association of root of terrestrial plant and fungal hypha. Students, there are so many examples are given. You have to learn all the examples for 1 mark purpose. for 2 marks, you have to write only one example is enough for 2 mark question. The next question is 38th question. Define commensalism, give example. Below that example for mutualism, now only we have seen no. Below that, you open the bracket, it is given commensalism, open the bracket. It is an interaction between two organisms in which one is benefited and the other is neither benefited nor harmed. The species that deserves benefit is called commensal, while the other species is called host. Common examples are epiphyte. First one is epiphyte. Higher plants and vanda. Vanda is an epiphytic plant. Many orchid, ferns, lianas, hanging mosses, peperomia, money plant and asnia. Spanish moss, Tillandsia grow on the bark of oak and pine tree are the examples for the commensal. Next, commensalism. Next question is 39th question. Define proto-cooperation. Give example. It is given in page number 119 in a box. Do you know? Proto-cooperation is an interaction between organisms of two different species in which both organisms benefit but neither is dependent on the relationship. Example, soil bacteria, fungi and plants growing in soil. Proto-cooperation. Students, this is also very important question. That is from interaction, positive types of interaction, positive interaction, negative interaction, and the mutualism, commensalism. All these questions are very important. Proto-cooperation. The next is what is negative interaction? What are the two types of negative interaction? Answer is given in page number 119. Negative interaction. Under the heading negative interaction, when one of the interacting species is benefited and the other is harmed, it is called negative interaction. Example, there are three types of negative interaction. They are predation, parasitism, competition and amensalism. Four types are there: predation, parasitism, competition and amensalism. The next is what is predation? Give example. It is given in page number 119. Predation. It is an interaction between two species, one of which captures, kills and eats upon the other. The species which kill is called predator and the species which is killed is called prey. Example for this is Drosera, Nepenthes drosera. These are insectivorous plant. Drosera, Nepenthes and insect. The next is many herbivores are predators. Cattle, camel, goats. The next, defense mechanisms are evolved to avoid the predation by plants. Example, Calotropis produces poisonous cardiac glucosides, tobacco produces nicotine, coffee produces caffeine, cinchona produces quinine, bougainvillea spines of opuntia, thorns of bougainvillea, spines of opuntia, latex of cacti protect them from predator. Students, this also example, you have to learn all the examples for 1 mark purpose, and for 2 mark or 3 mark only any one of the example is enough for predator. The next is define parasitism. Parasitism, page number 42nd question, page number 120. Answer for this question is given page number 120. Parasitism, the top of the page. Parasitism is an interaction between two different species in which the smaller partner obtains food from the larger partner. Types of parasitism are holoparasite, hemiparasite. Different types of parasitism: holoparasite, hemiparasite. Then for what are hemiparasite? Sorry, what is third question? The two types of 42nd question. What are the two types of parasitism? Holoparasitism, hemiparasitism. Then 43rd question. What are holoparasites? Give example. Answer is given in page number 120. Holoparasites, under the heading holoparasite, are organisms which are dependent upon the host plant for their entire nutrition are called holoparasite. These are also called total parasite. Holoparasite are otherwise called total parasite. Example, Cuscuta, Acacia, Doranta, or many other plants. Cuscuta is a total stem parasite of the host plant Acacia doranta, and Balanophora, Orabanche, and Rafflesia are the total root parasite found on higher plants. Then next question is hemiparasite. Students, Balanophora, Orabanche, Rafflesia, total root parasite. That also important for one more question. The next question is, what are hemiparasite? Give example. 44th question. What are hemiparasite? Give example. Answer is given in page number 120. Hemiparasites are organisms which derive only water and mineral from the host plant. Holoparasite means if the organism derive both water and food from the host plant, then it is called total parasite. Hemiparasite are parasite which derive only water and mineral from the host, then it is called hemiparasite or partial parasite. Example, Viscum and Loranthus are partial stem parasite. Underline stem parasite, this is also one mark. Centralum is a partial root parasite. This is also another one mark. Very, very important. The next question is, below that parasite, partial parasite, another one word is given, hostorial roots. Define hostoria. That also important. The parasitic plant produces specialized root called hostoria. Root inside the host plant to absorb nutrients from the vascular tissues of the host plant. That also important question. Study that. The next question is 45th question. Question number 45. Define competition. What are the two types of competition? Answer is given in page number 120. Competition. It is an interaction between two organisms or species in which both the organism or species are harmed. If both organisms are harmed, when they interact, both organisms are harmed, then it is called competition. Competition are of two types, intraspecific competition, interspecific competition. The two types of competition are intraspecific competition, interspecific competition. The next is question number 46. Differentiate intraspecific competition and interspecific competition. Answer is given in page number 120. Under the heading intraspecific competition, it is an interaction between individuals of the same species. If the interaction is between the individual of the same species, then it is called intraspecific competition. And interspecific competition means interaction between individuals of different species are called interspecific competition. Example for this interspecific competition are, come to the last line of that passage. The Utricularia competes with tiny fishes for small crustacean and insect. For intraspecific competition means example for intraspecific competition is example not given. Food, habit, pollination, they are all intraspecific. Intraspecific competition is very, very severe because the need of an individual, because it is happening within the species, so need of the species is same for food, pollination, like habitat. So any answer you can write, like cow and sheep, cow and goat, rabbit and deer. In a grassland, rabbit and deer, the need of both are similar, no? So for intraspecific competition, that also you can write grassland ecosystem. The next is question number 47. Define Amensalism and give example. Answer is given in page number 121. Amensalism. It is an interspecific interaction in which one species is inhibited while the other species is neither benefited nor harmed. Example, Penicillium notatum produces penicillin to inhibit the growth of Staphylococcus. Trichoderma inhibit the growth of fungus Aspergillus. Black walnut Juglans nigra secrete alkaloid juglone which inhibit the growth of seedling of apple, tomato and alfalfa. Close the bracket. The next is 48th question. Define antibiosis. Students, for 47th question, any one example you can write. But all the examples you have to read out once because it is very, very important for one more question. The next is define antibiosis. What is it otherwise called? Antibiosis, not antibiotic, antibiosis. Answer is given in page number 121. Page number 121, antibiosis. The next question, sorry students, next question. What are the different types of interspecific interaction? Interspecific interaction. Page number, sorry, next question, antibiosis. 48th question, define antibiosis and what it is otherwise called. Page number, the answer is given in page number 121. Antibiosis means Amensalism is also called antibiosis. Amensalism is also called, it is given in the last line of that paragraph. Antibiosis. Amensalism is also called antibiosis. Antibiosis means it is an interspecific interaction in which one species is inhibited while the other species is neither benefited nor harmed. Example, Penicillium notatum produces penicillin which inhibit the growth of variety of bacteria, especially Staphylococcus. The next is question number 50. What are the different types of interspecific interaction? Sorry, 49th question. What are the different types of interspecific interaction? Answer is in page number 121. The different types of interspecific interaction are mimicry, first one, myrmecophily, coevolution. Mimicry, myrmecophily, coevolution. The next question is define mimicry. What are the two types of mimicry? It is given in page number 121 under the heading interspecific interaction. Mimicry. It is a phenomenon in which living organism modifies its form, appearance, structure or behavior and look like another living organism as a self-defense and increases the chance of its survival is called mimicry. The two types of mimicry are floral mimicry and floral mimicry is for usually inviting pollinators, but animal mimicry is often protective. There are two types of mimicry, floral mimicry and animal mimicry. Floral mimicry means inviting pollinators and animal mimicry means animal mimicry often protective for the organism. The next question is, what is floral mimicry? Floral mimicry is used usually inviting pollinators. Example, it is given in the below the diagram. The plant orchis is an orchid. The flower look like female insect to attract the male insect to get pollinated by the male insect, and it is otherwise called floral mimicry. That line also you can write for floral mimicry with example. The next question is define myrmecophily. Give example. Myrmecophily. Sometimes ants take their shelter on some trees such as mango, lychee, jamun, acacia. The ant acts as a bodyguard of the plant against any disturbing agent, and the plant in turn provide food and shelter to the ants. This phenomenon is also known as myrmecophily. Example, acacia and acacia ants. Acacia and acacia ants. Mango tree and ants. The next question is, what is coevolution? Give example. Answer is given in page number 121. Coevolution is the interaction between organism which continues for generation, involves reciprocal changes in genetic and morphological characters of both organisms. This type of evolution is called coevolution. Examples are corolla length and proboscis length of butterflies and moth, bird's beak shape and flower shape and size. The next question is, define adaptation. What is the significance? Answer is given in page number 122. Adaptation. Under the heading 6.3, ecological adaptation, the modification in the structure of organism to survive successfully in an environment are called adaptation of the organism. The significance are given on the same paragraph. The significance are organism to exist under the prevailing ecological habitat. Organism to exist under the prevailing ecological habitat. This is the adaptation. This is the significance of adaptation. To exist under the surrounding. Students, so far we have seen 54 questions in this lesson, Principles of Ecology. Rest of the question we will see in next class. Please study all the questions, write down 2 or 3 times, well prepare for the examination and get ready for the examination. Thank you.